All right. So we were discussing about dishonor of a bill, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And till now we have discussed the retaining the bill till due date and one more discounting of bill from the bank, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss about endorsement of bill under dishonor of a bill.
Yes.
It's okay. So here we have the question. Dishonor of a bill. Here we are going to discuss about endorsement of bill under dishonor of a bill. See what happens here. Let's say we have a drawer A and A draws a bill on B and B is a drawee.
Drawing.
Let's say for 3 months. A draws a bill on B for 30,000 rupees for 3 months and B accepted the bill. Now it has become the bill of exchange. After 3 months, what happens? Before 3 months, A has a creditor. So A endorsed the bill, right? Endorsed the bill to his creditor. Now there is an entry of C and we can call him as endorsee. And here A, we can call him as endorser, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So here what happens? He endorses, A endorses the bill to whom? To C, right?
Yes.
After the completion of 2 months, he goes to B that now pay back the money as you have purchased the goods on credit from A. Now you have to make the payment B. But what happens here? B is unable to pay back the money, right?
Yeah.
So here we can call it as dishonor of bill, right? So this is the dishonor of a bill under endorsement of bill. So now let us understand this with the help of numerical question.
Yes.
And then we will understand the journal entry also here. So we have first question. On 1st March 2021, R accepted a bill of exchange of rupees 20,000 from S, payable 3 months after date in full settlement of his dues. So what happens here? Here we have S as a drawer and R, as we know that R has accepted the bill. So the bill is drawn on whom? On the drawee, that is R.
Yes.
For how many months? For 3 months of rupees 20,000. For rupees 20,000 for 3 months. All right. Then On the same day, S endorsed the bill of exchange to T. As we know that S is drawer, right? So he or she can draw the bill on. He or she can endorse the bill to his or her creditor. So here T is the creditor for S. So um, S endorsed the bill of exchange to T together with a check for 5,000 in settlement of his debt to the later. All right. So on 2nd March 2021, T discounted the bill of exchange at the rate 6% per annum with his bankers. On maturity, the bill of exchange was dishonored. Now here we have to generalize the transaction in the books of R and T. That is the drawee and endorsee, right?
Yeah.
But for better understanding, uh, we will generalize the transaction in three of them. Okay, that is
Okay.
R, S, and T.
Okay.
Yes. So here we have one more person, that is T, and here T is endorsee, and here S is endorser. So now here we have to prepare three books. So here first in the books of S,
Yes.
that is our drawer
Drawer.
as well as endorser.
Endorser.
And here in the books of R, that is our drawing.
Endorse.
Drawing. Because R has accepted the bill. So the bill is
Yeah.
drawn on who? R.
Okay.
Yes.
And in the
And also in the books of T. So here T is our endorsee.
endorse.
Yes. So first entry will be for on 1st March 2021, R accepted a bill of exchange of rupees 20,000 from S payable 3 months. All right. So here on 1st March 2021, yes. So here bills. First entry will be for
Bills receivable account
yes
credit.
account debit.
Debit. Okay. Debit.
Yes, debit.
To
First we will debit na, right? First we pass the entry as debit, then credit. Bills
okay.
receivable account
Oh
debit
yeah, sorry. To
to our drawee.
drawing, which
Pass
is
account.
our credit.
Yes, yes, credit with amount of 20,000. As we know that
20,000.
drawn for rupees 20,000.
20,000. Yes.
So here we will write the narration as being bill was accepted. And here on the same date, on 1st March 2021, in the books of R, that is our drawing, we will pass journal entry as drawer
As
is
account debit.
debit to
Bills
bills payable.
payable account credit.
Yes,
With the amount
with amount of 20,000.
20,000.
Here also 20,000. E is given on bill. And here what happens here? On the same day, S endorsed the bill of exchange to whom? To T. That is the endorsee for whom? S. Now here S becomes endorser and T becomes endorsee,
And
right?
C. Yeah.
So on 1st March 2021, S endorsed the bill of exchange to T together with a check of rupees 5,000 in the settlement of his debt to the later. So here on 1st March 2021, we have check for,
Bank
he has received check for rupees 5,000, right?
Yeah. Bank account.
Yes. Bank account debit with rupees 5,000.
Yeah.
And also he has received bill receivable, bill of exchange.
Yeah.
Yes. Bill receivable account debit with
The amount of.
rupees 20,000, right?
Yeah.
With rupees 20,000. All right. And so against whom? Against the
S. Yeah.
endorser, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this endorser is debtor for T, right?
Yeah.
So as he is receiving check as well as bill of exchange from debtor, right? So
Yes.
here 2S account credit, and now our total will be 25,000.
20,000. Yes.
Yes. So being bill receivable of rupees 20,000 and check
Check.
received from S. So and also here S has given the check as well as bill of exchange to T, right?
Yes.
So on the same date, S will also pass the journal entry, that is on 1st March 2021, that T's account debit bills receivable account credit, as he has handed over the bill of exchange to T, right? So
Yes.
he will
Yes.
credit this bill of exchange
Yeah.
to bank account, as he is giving the check of rupees 5,000 to his creditor, that is T, as well as bill of exchange of rupees 20,000.
20,000. Yes.
So T has received overall amount of rupees 25,000, right?
Yes. Yes.
So here we will write the narration as being bill receivable endorsed to T with check with check of rupees 5,000,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
All right. Now on 2nd March, that is on the next day, right? On 2nd March 2021, T discounted the bill of exchange at the
Yes.
rate 6% per annum with his bankers. All right.
Bankers.
So he has, that is the endorsee on 2nd March 2021. He has endorsed this, or he has discounted the bill with the bank. So here,
Yes. Bank.
yes, first uh, we will see the amount of discounted charges, right?
Yeah.
So yes, so the bill was for rupees 20,000 for
Yes.
how many months? For 3 months.
3 months.
So as is drawn on 1st March 2021. But
Yes.
on the next day, T has discounted this bill from bank. So we will we will find out our discount charges as 20,000. This is on 6% per annum, right?
Yeah.
So 6 divided by 100, as well as for how many months?
Three
For
months.
3 months. Yes. Why 3 months?
Because it
Because
is
yes,
it is
because
given.
on the next day he has discounted the bill. So this
Yeah.
bill he has get the money early, early before the due date, right? That is before the 3 months. So the bank will charge uh, the discount charges for 3 months, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we will get the amount as 300, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So our discount
Charges.
charges
300.
is 300,
300.
and our
Yes.
bill of exchange amount is, it was 20,000,
Yes. 20,000.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So T will receive T will receive how much money? He will receive
19,007.
19,700, right?
Yeah.
19,700.
Yes.
All right. So here we will write as P will receive
bank
bank
account
account debit.
debit
Yes.
to like discount charges account
Not
debit.
no. Yes, discount charges will be debited. Why?
Yes.
Because it is expense.
Yes.
Purchase to
Bills receivable account
yes,
credit.
receivable account credit.
Credit.
So here
Yes.
he will receive
19.
how much money? That is 19,700,
19,700. Yes.
and the discount charges will be 300,
300.
and the amount for bill of exchange is 20,000.
20,000. Yes.
So here we will write the narration as being acceptance of our discounted with bank. Right
Yeah.
here. Now here what happens? On maturity, the bill of exchange was dishonored. So here we have to find out the due date.
Yes.
So due date, the bill was drawn on 1st
First.
March
Yeah. First
2021.
March.
Plus for how many months? For 3 months.
3 months plus 3 days
Plus
is
3 days
grace.
as grace days. Yes. So here we will get 1st June. So this is 4th June.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yes. So our due date is on 4th June. So
4th.
what happened on due date? So the bill was dishonored as drawee, that is the R was not able to pay the money.
Yes.
So here what will happen? So in the books of R, we will pass the journal entry as 4th June 2021 that
Bills payable.
no bills payable. Here now what happens?
Okay.
What will happen here? We will debit our debtor again. We will debit the debtor of S again. That is the R.
Okay.
R account debit, and here we will credit the creditor again. That is T.
Yeah. Account
Right?
credit.
Yes.
Yes.
With amount of 20,000. As
Yes.
R has to make the payment of rupees 20,000.
Yes.
So here we will write narration as being bill endorsed
Endorsed.
was dishonored.
Yes. Bills.
Yes. And here we will pass the journal entry in the books of R, that is drawee, on due date that now R is not able to make the payment. So we will debit the bills payable.
Bills account
Yes.
debit.
And we will credit the
Yes.
drawer,
Yeah.
that is the creditor for R.
US account credit.
Yes, with the amount of rupees 20,000.
20,000. Okay.
And here we will write narration as being bills payable
This.
dishonor. And here we will write on due date what happens. R has not made the payment to the bank, right?
Yeah.
As
Yes.
he has discounted the bill from bank. So
Bank.
R hasn't made the payment on due date. So R has to make the payment to bank, right?
Yeah.
So
Bank.
as T will make the payment to bank, but
Yes.
S again becomes debtor for T, right?
S.
So here, so S become, here we will write the nation as,
S account
yes, S account debit to
to bank account
bank account credit.
credit.
Yes, with the amount of 20,000.
3,000. Yes.
And here being
Bank. Bank.
bill got dishonor.
Yeah.
So now what happens here? See, first on 1st March 2021, R accepted a bill of exchange of rupees 20,000 from S payable 3 months after due date in full settlement of his due. So here we have R as drawee, S as drawer, right? And
Yeah.
on the same day, S endorsed the bill of exchange to T together with the check of rupees 5,000 in settlement of his debt to the later. So here S is endorser, T is endorsee. And on 2nd March 2021, T discounted the bill of exchange at the rate 6% per annum with his banker. On maturity, the bill of exchange was dishonored. So here what happens? So on 1st March 2021, S has drawn bill on R. So we have passed the journal entry of bills receivable account debit to R's account credit with rupees 20,000. In the books of R, we have passed the journal entry as on 1st March 2021, S account debit to bills receivable account credit with rupees 20,000, right? And on the same day, what happens? S has endorsed this bill. S has endorsed the bill of exchange to T. So here S become endorser and T become endorsee. So on 1st March 2021, in the books of S has passed the journal entry as T's account debit to bill receivable account credit, as we know that the amount of bill of exchange is of rupees 20,000 and he has drawn a check of rupees 5,000 for T. So T has received 25,000, right? In the form of check as well as bill receivable. So in the books of T, on the same day, on 1st March 2021, he has received the check of rupees 5,000 bank account debit as well as the asset, that is bills receivable account debit with rupees 20,000. So against whom? Against S, right? Yes. Hello, Khushi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on the next day, on 2nd March, what happens? T has discounted this bill of exchange with the bank. So here T has passed the journal entry as bank account debit, discount charges account debit with rupees 300. So the remaining amount is 19,700. To bill receivable 20,000, right? As we have calculated discount charges for rupees 3 months at the rate 6% on 20,000, right? So we get discount charges as 300. And here on due date, what happens? R was not able to make the payment. So that is on 4th June 2021, S will pass the journal entry as R will become again the debtor for S, right? As he was not able to make the payment.
Yes.
And T will become the creditor again because T, that is the endorsee for S, he didn't receive the money from R, right? So
Yes,
R's
ma'am.
account debit to T's account credit. And
Yes.
in the books of R, on the due date, he will pass the journal entry as bills payable account debit to S account credit. Why?
Great.
Now S again become the creditor for R. And in
Yeah.
the books of T, what happens? S becomes debtor again for T, right? Because he
Yeah.
didn't receive money from R on the behalf of S,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
All right. So here, this is all for this question. Is there any doubt, Khushi, in
No,
this
ma'am.
question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, let us understand this owner of the bill under bill is sent to bank for collection.
Okay.
Yes. So here, this owner of a bill under bill is sent for collection. So here, now let us say here we have A as a drawer and B as a
Drawing.
drawing. A has drawn bill on B. Let's say for rupees 20,000 for 4 months.
Okay.
Yes. So B has accepted the bill. Now it has become bill of exchange.
Exchange.
Now what happens? A has given this bill of exchange to whom? Bill of exchange to bank for the collection, right?
Yeah.
So here on the due date, what happens? On the due date, bank didn't receive the money from B. Bank didn't receive the money from B. So this is due to non-payment on due date. So we will call it as dishonor of a bill, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So now let us understand this with the help of numerical question. That is on 1st January 2020, A has drawn a bill on B for rupees 1,000, payable after 3 months. Immediately after its acceptance, A sends the bill to his bank for collection. On the due date, the bill was dishonored. Now we have to record the transaction in the journals of A as well as B.
Yeah. Ma'am, are you speaking something?
Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Till where you were listening to me, Khushi, can you tell me?
Ma'am, till you made this bill of exchange,
This?
like, yeah.
All right. So here, on 1st January 2020, A draws a bill on B for rupees 1000 payable after 3 months, right? So
Yeah.
here, on 1st January 2020, A has drawn the bill on whom? On B,
B.
right?
Yeah.
So we will pass the journal entry as bill receivable account debit to
B.
drawing account
Yeah.
debit. Yes, with the amount of 1000.
1,000. Yes.
And here we will pass the right narration as B E acceptance was received, and on the same day here we will pass the journal entry in the books of B.
Yeah.
That is drawer account debit
Is
Two
bill
bills payable.
payable
Yes.
account credit with the amount of
Yes.
1,000.
Yes. 1,000 rupees, and here also 1,000 rupees being drawn, bill drawn by A was accepted. This is an entry of acceptance. And now what happens? Immediately after its acceptance, A sends the bill to his bank for collection. So on the same day, that is on 1st January 2020, A has sent this bill to bank for
Yes.
collection. So we will pass the journal entry as bill sent for collection, account debit to bills receivable,
Account
account credit
credit.
with the amount of 1,000.
1,000.
And here being collection. And here we will pass any journal entry here. Yes, Khushi?
No. No, ma'am.
No. Yes. Because B is not aware of this fact.
Yes.
And now on the due date, the bill was dishonored. So first we have to find out the due date.
Yeah.
So the due date is first we A has drawn the bill on 1st
Yes.
January
Yes.
2020. Plus we have to add 3
Yeah.
months,
Yeah.
right? And here plus 3
3 days
days
of
as grace day.
grace days.
Yes. So here we will get 4th April
Yeah.
2020 as a due date.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So here on 4th April, what happens? Bill was dishonored, right?
Son. Yeah.
Yes. So we will pass the journal entry as B's account debit to bill
Yep.
to bill
Yes.
for collection
Election.
account
Good.
credit with the amount of 1,000.
1,000. Yes.
And here we will pass the narration as bill was dishonored. And here on the due date, B will pass the journal entry as he has to make the payment, right?
Yeah.
He was not able to make the payment. So bills payable
Payable
account
account debit.
debit to A's account
Is account credit. Yes.
credit the amount of 1000,
1,000.
1000
Yes.
being bill was dishonored. So what happens in this question? First, on 1st January 2020, A draws a bill on B for rupees 1000 payable
Yes.
after 3 months. Immediately after its acceptance, A sends the bill to his bank for collection. On the due date, the bill was dishonored. So on 1st January 2020, in the books of A will pass the journal entry as bills receivable account debit to B's account credit
Credit.
with the amount 1000. And in the books
Yes.
of B, B will pass the journal entry as A's account debit to bills payable account credit, right?
Credit. Yeah.
And on the same day, that is on 1st January 2020, A has handed over this bill of exchange to bank. So he will pass the journal entry as bill sent for collection account debit to bill receivable
Bills
account
receivable
credit
credit.
with
Yes.
1000 rupees. And in the books of B, he will not pass the journal entry here. Why? Because he is not aware of this fact. So on the due date, that is on 4th April 2020, B was not able to make the payment to A,
Yes.
or we can say that to the bank of A. So here A will pass the journal entry as B's account debit. Why B's account debit? Because we know that B is the debtor for
Debit.
A,
Yeah.
or we can call it as the asset for A, right? As A
Yeah.
will receive the money from B. But as
Yes.
we know that A was not able to make the payment, so as here we have credited the B against bill of exchange. So here again we will debit the B because B is the debtor and he is not able to make the payment on due date. So again we will debit the debtor as we
Yeah.
will receive the money in the future, right?
Yeah.
So we have debited the B. So and credit the bill sent for collection account debit credit. Why? Because bank was not receive any money from B, right?
Yeah.
And on the due date in the books of B will pass the journal entry as bills payable account debit
Debit. To is
to
account
A's account credit.
credit.
Why? Because B was not able to make the payment against the bill of exchange.
Yeah.
That was the liability on B against bill of
Yeah.
exchange, that is the bills payable, but now it is no longer a liability. Why? Because A has become the creditor again for the B. So now
Yes.
A has become the liability for B, so we have credited the A again,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
bills payable account debit to A's account credit with the amount of 1000 rupees.
Yes.
So is there any doubt, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right, so here we have next question. So you have to solve this question. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I finished. Can I say the answer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so first in the books of A,
Yes,
the date is January 1, and in
yes,
particulars, it is written as bills receivable account debit to B's account
yes,
credit, and the amount in debit and credits it's 10,000. Um, and in second entry, it's January 11.
yes,
Uh, in particular, it's written C account debit to bills receivable account credit, and the
yes,
amount in debits again it's 10,000. and in credit also it's 10,000.
Yes.
And then next entry it's April 4th. Date is April 4th, and
Yes.
in particular it's written as B's account debit to C's account credit, and the amount
Yes.
in debits is 10,050, and in credit also it's 10,050.
Yes. Very
And
good.
in the books of B, the date it's written as January 1st, and in particular it's written as is account debit to bills payable account credit, and the
Yes.
amount in debit it's 10,000, and in credit it's 10,000.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And the next entry it's April 4th.
Yes.
Particulars it is written as bills payable account debit to
Yes.
noting charges debit, um, to A's account credit, with the
Yes.
amount in debit it's written 10,000, and noting charges debit it's 500, and A's account credit it's 10,050. And in
Wait.
the
Wait. Noting charges are
500,
500.
yeah,
How? Why? C paid rupees 50 as noting charges. So how can it be 500? It has to be 50 rupees only, na? Right?
yeah, I think.
Yes. So it is 50 rupees.
Okay.
Yes. So your total
Uh,
will be 10,050 rupees.
50 rupees. Yeah.
As you have passed the journal entry in the books of A, so you have um, written the total amount as 10,050 rupees, right?
15. Yeah.
Yes. So it can't be 500,
Okay.
right? As we
Yeah.
have in the question, it is mentioned that C paid rupees 50 as noting charges,
Yes.
right? So our
Yeah.
noting charges will be 50 rupees. That bills payable account debit with 10,000 rupees, noting charges account debit with 50 rupees,
50
and
rupees.
to A's account credit with 10,050 rupees.
10,050 rupees. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So in the next, it's in the books of C.
yes.
The date is January 11, and in particular, it is
C is,
written
can you tell me who is C? What is the purpose of C here? C acts as drawee, or what?
it's endorsee.
Yes, very good. C is endorsee here. Yes.
So in particular, it is written as bills receivable account debit to A's account
First, tell me the
credit.
date. First date.
Yeah,
What is that?
so the date is January
Yes.
11.
Yes.
And in debit, the amount is 10,000, and in
Yes.
A's account credit, it's 1,000.
Uh, how
Uh,
thousand?
Wait, no, it's
It has to be 10,000, right?
10,000. Yeah, yeah, I just missed 1 0.
Yeah.
And next it's yeah, next entry it's April 4th. The date is April 4th,
Yes.
and in particulars it is written as A's account debit to bills receivable account credit to cash account credit,
Yes.
and the amount in A's account debit it's
Yes.
10,050,
Yes.
and in bills receivable account credit it's 10,000, and in cash account credit it is 50.
Yes. All right. Yes. So is there any doubt, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right. Very good, Khushi. Uh, so we have one more question. This is the question. Please do it, Khushi.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Yes. This question will cover all the concept of till now we have studied, right?
Yeah.
Then we will be left with one or two topics that we will cover in the next class.
Okay.
All right. So we will
Yeah.
start the new chapter then. Okay.
Okay.
Khushi, can you tell me on which day do you have exam?
Ma'am, actually, my exam finished, and now in the next week they will prepare. They will start preparing for my final exam. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the chapter is which chapter will be coming?
Ma'am, right now it's not. They have not sent it, but if they can,
They haven't mentioned or they haven't told you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. 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 Please do it.
Okay. Mhm. आठ बजे
8 बजे तक 8 बजे नहीं आए ये तो देगड़े नेगड़े नहीं खाना मैं आठ बजे तक क्लास तो नहीं दिया था नहीं मंगा फोन कर ठीक है जिंदा भी मंगा रहे हो रिंगो ठीक है ना इतना ही मंगा दो ठीक बनेंगे बड़े परोठा भी करनी है वाह आज इतने नहीं कर हां हम तो नहीं भी है जितना हम लोग बैठे
Khushi, are you done?
Yes, miss. Can I say the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one will be like in the books of A,
Yes.
uh, the date is not given.
Yes.
So in particulars, it will be bills receivable account to
But
B's
still you have
account.
to, yes, Khushi, but still you have to prepare the column of date. All right.
Yeah, ma'am, I know.
Yes. Okay. Please
Okay,
go ahead.
so yeah. So in particular, it will be like bills receivable account debit to B's
Yes.
account credit, and the amount will be in 1,000 in debit, and in credit also it will be 1,000.
All right.
Okay, so next it will be a bank account debit to bills receivable account credit. So
Yes.
and the amount in debit it will be like 1,000, and in credit also 1,000. Um,
Yes.
Next it will be like B's account debit to bills
Yes.
receivable account credit, and the amount in debit it's 1,000, and in credit also it's 1,000. And in the next thing, again in the books of
So can you, yes,
A.
Khushi, so can you see here what happens in first case if A retained the bill till the due date and then
Yes.
realize the it on maturity, right? And
Yeah,
here also you have to pass the journal entry of dishonor of a bill, right?
yeah, will,
So
yeah,
first you have passed the journal entry, which is common in all the cases, which is bill drawn on B, right? And
yeah,
then the next entry is on honoring the bill, that the bill is
yes,
met on the maturity date,
yeah,
that
ma'am.
B has made the payment on maturity or the due date, right? And
Yeah, ma'am.
here you have to also pass the journal entry when the bill, if the bill is dishonored, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right. So the
Okay.
next case. If A
So
discounted his banker for rupees 950. Yes.
so yeah. uh, Date is not given, and in particulars we have to write bills receivable account debit
Yes.
to B's account credit, and the amount in debit it's 1000 and in credit also it's 1000.
Yes.
And in the next entry it will be bank account debit to
Yes.
discount charges account debit to
Yes.
bills receivable account credit. And
Yes.
uh, bank account debit, the amount will be 950,
Yes.
and in discounting charges account it will be 50,
Yes.
and in the bills receivable account it will be 1000.
Yes. Very good.
And in next entry it's B's account debit to bank account credit, and the
Yes.
amount in debit and credit it's 1000.
Yes. And this is the journal entry for when the bill
General
is
entry,
dishonored.
yeah, bill is discount.
Yes. The bill is dishonored. All right.
Yeah.
Then, if A endorse it to his creditor, that is C, in full settlement of his debt.
uh, Ma'am, should I
Yes.
say the next case?
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
Okay, so in the books of A, the date is not given, and in
Yes.
particulars we have to write bills receivable account debit to B's
Yes.
account uh, credit.
Credit. Yes.
So in debit we have to write the amount is, in debit it's 1000 and in credit also it's 1000.
Yes.
And next entry it will be C's account debit to bills receivable
Yes.
account credit, and the
Yes.
amount in debit it's 1000 and in credit also it's 1000.
Yes.
And next entry it's yeah, sorry, um B's account debit to C's account credit.
Yes. And
So
this is the entry for dishonor of a bill, right?
dishonor, yeah, dishonor of a bill.
Yes.
So in debit the amount is 1000 and in credit also it's 1000.
Yes.
And the last case it will be particulars, bills receivable account debit to B's account credit,
Yes.
and in debit the amount is 1000 and credit also it's 1000.
Yes.
Okay, and next it's bill sent bank for collection. It will be
Yes.
debit to bills
Yes.
receivable account credit, and the
Yes.
amount is 1000 in debit, and also in credit it's 1000.
Yes.
And next entry it will be B's account debit to bill sent for collection account credit,
All
and
right.
the amount is same 1000 in both.
So this last entry is for
Bill
honor of
dishonored,
the bill or dishonor?
dishonored bill.
Dishonor. Okay. So can you tell me if the bill was honored or met on maturity? Can you tell me the entry for in the same case? That is, if A sent it to his bankers for collection. Can you tell me the entry for that?
Which one, ma'am?
On honor of the bill. I want to say that if the bill was met on maturity date, that is, if B was able to make the payment to the bank, then can you tell me the entry?
1 minute, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually I have to go. We have to go for a party. That's why.
Okay, okay, okay. It's
My
okay.
mom is
Uh,
calling me.
okay, okay. You can go. All right.
All right. Bye, ma'am.
Okay,
Sorry.
bye.
Bye.
No, it's okay. Okay, bye.
Thank you.